My name's Terry, and I paint faux finishes, and I also paint murals. And I painted this Tuscany mural in this conference room. There's a lot of detail, a lot of color, and a lot of little whimsical creatures. There's a bird, and here's a cat, and here's a ladybug on this leaf. I used acrylics, and it took me about 4 to 6 weeks. I also painted the other 3 walls with an apple crisp yellow, and then I applied a dark brown wash on top. The wash was 4 parts glaze and 1 part paint. And I applied it with a brush and then a rag, and I just ragged it and swirled it around to create this antique look to go with the mural. Now the mural wall, what I did was I first applied a coat of primer, and then I applied a texture called knockdown. Now generally when I use knockdown, I will use a trowel or a scraper, but in this case I put a glove on my hand and I applied the texture on the wall with my hand. And what that did was just give it a slight texture on the wall. It wasn't a heavy texture. As a matter of fact, if you feel this wall, you will not feel the texture hardly at all. But you do see it, and that's what I wanted. So first I applied the texture, and then I applied the drawing on the wall with a pencil. I drew the mural on a piece of paper called a grid paper, which has squares in it. And then I took those squares and drew the squares on the wall and numbered them. And then I drew the mural on the wall with a pencil, just like on the piece of paper with the grid. I then painted this wall again using acrylics. And my goal was to have one end of the wall a very vivid, detailed mural, and kind of fade off to this end almost like a watercolor effect. It took me about 4 to 6 weeks, and it was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoy it, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks.